Hi all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I want to share an awful story with you out of Columbus, Georgia. On Saturday, September 19th of 2020, police say they were called to a home on Rosewood Drive to respond to a 911 call they received. When they arrived, they say they found 37-year-old Emily McDaniel dead, sitting in a lawn chair in her carport at her home, with more than a dozen stab wounds to her abdomen and multiple gunshot wounds to her head. Columbus police said that Emily's boyfriend, 44-year-old Joshua Fredette, placed the 911 call after he returned from getting fast food with Emily's two children and found her. Police said they learned that Fredette's 14-year-old son was at the home with Emily while he was out getting food, but that Fredette didn't initially tell them that. But Fredette did tell them that his son was involved in a street gang and said he was always trying to prove himself to the gang. He also told them his son was mad at Emily because he blamed her for getting his father hooked on cocaine. Police say that the 14-year-old admitted to shooting Emily, so he was arrested and charged with murder, and his father, Joshua Fredette, was charged with tampering with evidence. During the interrogation of the 14-year-old suspect, he told police what happened that night. He said he stole a gun from his workplace. At around 10 p.m., he shot Emily multiple times in the head. After he shot her, he said he called his father, who was conveniently gone to Burger King with Emily's two children at the time, and told him what he'd done. According to the suspect, his father asked him if Emily was still breathing. He told him she was still breathing a little bit, so, being the excellent father he is, he wanted to offer his son some guidance in the situation, and he gave him the following advice, and I quote, "Well, if you're going to kill her, you need to kill her, because otherwise you're leaving a witness." Which is obviously the advice you would give to your child when found in such a predicament, because you never want witnesses. Duh. So, the suspect said that he used a butcher knife that he found on the ground nearby, because those pesky butcher knives are always just lying around everywhere, to stab her multiple times to make sure he didn't leave a witness. He told police he then cleaned the knife and put it in a cabinet. He also told police that he blacked out multiple times during the murder, but he said when he came to for the last time, he disposed of the knife, the gun, and her car. Upon learning this information, police upgraded Fredette's charges from tampering with evidence to murder. The two had their first court appearances on September 22nd, when they both entered pleas of not guilty for Emily's murder. Her body was sent to the state crime lab in Atlanta, where they determined that she died from multiple gunshot wounds and sharp, forced injuries. Damn, such a horrific way to die. Interesting, though, Fredette told police that his son was mad at Emily for getting him hooked on drugs. The police say that when they interrogated his son, he told them that he blamed himself for his father getting hooked on drugs, not Emily. As a matter of fact, other than his father giving a motive for Emily's murder, the son never gave one. Can you imagine how difficult it must have been to brutally murder her the way he did while he kept blacking out? I mean, that must have been so hard to do. Usually you hear people say that they can't remember anything because they blacked out, but not this kid. He remembered everything. Even the phone call he made to his dad to get the excellent advice he was given about making sure he didn't leave a witness. He remembered it so well, he was able to tell police what his father said. Good thing he stopped blacking out, so he was able to clean the knife and dispose of it, the gun, and her car. Doesn't seem right that his father is also being charged with Emily's murder. I mean, he wasn't even there. He was being an awesome dad to Emily's two kids, and he was with them at Burger King the whole time. I can't believe they can charge him with her murder just for giving his son good advice in his time of need. If I didn't know better, I'd say they are trying to imply that Fredette shot her himself and then told his son to finish her off when he found her still breathing. Which we all know didn't happen because he wasn't there. I wonder what could have caused his son to keep blacking out, though. Because it's not like he was traumatized from finding Emily shot multiple times in the head or anything. He said he killed her. When asked why he shot and stabbed her, he said he didn't want to get in trouble for shooting her, so he stabbed her. Now, no offense, I know he's only 14, but what a dumbass. How is he not going to get in trouble for shooting her? Who is he going to say did it? His dad? Please. Not possible. He was at Burger King the entire time. Besides, why would his dad want to kill her? They were in a relationship. They were probably in love. Silly kids. Anyway, police say this is an ongoing investigation, and they're talking to neighbors to see if anyone witnessed anything. So far, I haven't heard that any neighbors did. If I get any updates on this case, I will share them with you as soon as I receive them. Oh, one more thing. Silly me, I almost forgot. Police did interview one neighbor that offered information, but it's probably insignificant. Police said the neighbor was friends with Emily and that Emily had spent the night before her murder at another man's house. Nothing big. No big deal. Nothing to report here. Just saying. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you on my next video.